and here is the latest on that track of Hurricane Henri. It is still a Category 1 storm as aforementioned, but the track has shifted a little bit off to the east a little bit. It's now on the eastern tip of Long Island, and now it is expected to strike Rhode Island by the time we get to the early portions of tomorrow, with possibly hurricane force winds. This is barely a hurricane, as a matter of fact. So now eastern areas of the storm are usually the strongest, and that now puts Boston back in the line of fire after previously they were not, excuse me. There is Henri churning over in the Atlantic, but we've got high pressure over our Gulf states. That kept Grace at bay and kept it passing through Mexico. That could actually reform in the eastern Pacific as another named system for that particular region, so something to watch for there. But we are mostly dry here in central Texas, and we're pretty much still in those mid to upper 80s across much of our region. Still a little cooler in places like Mejia and Fairfield. However, with that added humidity, they still have heat indices well into those 90s, and that's pretty much the case throughout much of central Texas. We're at 86 here in Temple Belton, and that's where we take a look on our downtown tower cam. They're actually looking north this time, and those winds are coming out of the south at around 12 miles an hour. It makes it feel somewhat tolerable, but not as much so as, say, 20-mile-an-hour winds per se. Low temperatures tonight, we're only going to get down to those low to mid 70s across pretty much the entirety of our region, and those clear skies are going to be persistent throughout the entirety of the night. But as we go into tomorrow, that high pressure in place, and we could be seeing some hundos pop up in some areas of central Texas for the first time in 2021. This model shows Cameron and Hearn reaching that mark as well. Waco coming close at 98. We've yet to have a 100-degree day in Waco, Temple, or Killeen. Hillsborough and Meridian and Gatesville, oh, so close to that triple-digit mark, and it's not going to feel all that great either, because those winds are only going to come out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour, because that high pressure is going to start shifting into central Texas, that particular center. I do give it a 10 on the Jordan meter because it is around average for this time of year, and perfectly sunny day, great day to get out and enjoy. Now here is the setup over these next several days, because that high pressure, there you see it, by the time we head through Monday, that's when that high pressure center starts to shift into central Texas. That's why those winds are going to slow down as well. But then it makes its way out towards the west. That upper level disturbance will start to slide on through, and we could get a few sea breeze showers maybe by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, not necessarily Wednesday. This model's a bit overzealous about rain chances for areas east of I-45. But the most likely chance we have of triple-digit heat is going to come either Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday, in fact, I'm going to call 100 degrees, and not much in terms of rain chances either over these next few days. However, when that high-pressure system does shift out, and when that happens, we could have more possibilities of sea breeze showers sliding in for the latter portions of the week into the weekend. We'll have the latest of your sports coming up right after this break.